gotta be against the law to look this damn good. Cause baby, I feel real good and I wish I would. It's gotta be against the law to look this damn good. Everybody watch out. Watch out now. I'm ready for a good time, and I came to groove. The whole band's here, and we came to move. Got a fresh haircut and 2 new shoes. We're here all night like we got nothing to lose. Coming out the jacket, cause we're turning up the heat. I wanna see you clapping when you get up out your seat. It's time to make it happen when we hit these streets. I'm coming in hot, and I can't be beat. Watch out now.
See, now I'm not muted. Hey everyone, hi there. Technical difficulties, it's live, so sorry about that. Welcome to another episode of Chuck Levin's Live. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Glad you could join us. I got Pete with me. You guys know Pete from last week. So, welcome back. As you can tell, we're open. We've got a lot of stuff going on. People are all around us, still a little chaotic. But what that means to us is that the store is still open. We're rocking, we're rolling, we're having fun. Got every single function of the store open. I got a bunch of people coming by me right now. Could get a little crazy, but we got a fun episode for you guys today. We're going to be talking to the guys from Blackstar, direct from England, the motherland. Gonna be cool. We're going to dive deep into some of their newest products. I got Pete on here to talk guitars because I don't talk too much guitars, but Pete's ready to rock. And we got some really cool giveaways today. Lots of giveaways too. So if you're watching right now from home, tag a friend, tag a guitar player, a bassist, a guitar player. It doesn't matter. We got cool stuff. We're giving away Blackstar amp plugs, the Vox amp plugs. So you can plug them straight into your guitar and you can rock out as if you were plugging into an amp. And we're also going to be giving away some of Blackstar's Fly 3 micro amps. Super cool stuff. So tag a friend, tag a guitar player, bring them into the stream. This is going to be a wild ride. We're going to listen to some stuff. We're going to dive right in. So Mel, wave hi to the world. This is live. This is so live. You can tell. So tag those friends, tag them up. Pete, why don't you give them a little rundown of what we're going to be talking about today, just real quick from the top level.
All right.
Let the people kind of think about the questions they're going to ask, because it's this. You got the real brains on this one. You got the guys that make this stuff and the guys that test this stuff and really drive product innovation at Blackstar. So this is a really cool one. Pete, what's going on today?
So tonight we have a couple of the guys from the Blackstar team who are going to talk to us about some of their new cool stuff, especially the new Silverline, which came out last year, and they actually came here in the store and demoed some of them for us. Really cool technology in the world of digital amp modeling thing, which certainly has become more and more popular over the last couple of years. And Blackstar definitely has taken it to the next level with some of their features and software and stuff that they have going on with that line of amps. So I'm really excited to hear some more about that and have the guys from the company actually demonstrate some of that stuff for us. Where'd everybody go?
Yo, it looks like we lost Adam, but it's cool, man. Let's go ahead and introduce the expert, man. Let's get the experts in here and let's really get rolling. We got Steve Marks in the building. What's going on, Steve?
Hey guys, how you doing? Good to see you.
Good, man. Good, man. As you can see, we are going live right now. And
Yeah,
you're live from?
I'm coming from Birmingham, England. Yeah.
Sheesh, what time is it over there, man?
Oh, it's just after 11 p.m. So it's time to head to the bar. Maybe we could all go to the bar afterwards, right? Have a drink.
For real. A nice little flight.
Yeah, a little flight.
Adam.
Yeah.
Adam back. You know,
I'm trying, guys. I'm trying.
No, we're good. We're good.
I want to say thank you for you guys for having us along, just to have a conversation and catch up. Your store looks amazing. The video, the intro video makes me want to visit next time I'm over in the States. So yeah.
Yeah, no, you have to come, man. This is like a staple, you know what I mean, in the DMV. So yeah, definitely whenever you're in. But Steve, can you let us know what are we looking at? Can you give us an overview of what the people can expect on this stream from Blackstar? And I'm gonna get out of here and I'm gonna let you guys handle it.
We're good now. We're good.
Cool.
Tech
Cool.
solved.
All right, guys. So I've got a few products with me. We're at home with me right now in my lounge. My couch is up on its side over there. You can't see, it's out of shot. But we've got some cool stuff to talk about. There's a lot of gear that Blackstar are bringing out and have brought out recently. The word innovation came up earlier from Adam, and it's all about that really, and bringing great product to market that's sounding good and a good price point as well. So I've got stuff that we launched today, believe it or not. I was online earlier in the UK on the Blackstar socials launching the debut amps, which are sort of practice amp area, but they sound good enough for the pro if you're looking for a smaller practice amp. We've got amp plugs to talk about. We've got the Fly 3, we've got Silverline. I've got my Silverline special here with me, and we've got HT 5 Bronco. We've got Sonnet for acoustic players. We've got HT1 here. I've got a Beam. We can talk about a bunch of stuff. So it'd be good to give you guys some history and background about the brand Blackstar.
Yeah. Let's dive right in. I mean, Blackstar for us has been around as long as I've been in the store.
Yeah.
And you know, it's a new kid on the block, I guess, in terms of like amp brands.
Yeah.
But classic amps and innovation. I mean, you guys got it all. Why don't you kind of just give us a rundown of kind of like where you guys started and where we are today, I guess.
Sure. So Blackstar were actually born in 2007. We launched at the Germany show, Music Messe in Frankfurt. And 2007 was the launch. So we're only literally 13 years old. So like you say, we are the youngster on the block, man, or the new kid on the block. And in order for us to have succeeded as a brand and a company, innovation had to be key. You know, getting artists involved and excited about what we were doing, the tones we were producing, the products we were putting out there. Initially from the hand-wired stuff, the original Artisan stuff, right through to things like Fly 3, which you will get a lot of artists, like high-profile artists using. So it's been a short journey. I've been with the company for 7 years. My background is working in music stores here in England, in my hometown of Birmingham, for approximately sort of 15 years before I joined Blackstar. So I'm really hyped about the product. I love demonstrating it. I love talking about it and traveling the world doing so. And not many people realize this, but Blackstar was born out of 4 guys that left Marshall. So
yeah. And we have one of your big brains on the stream with us. I think one of the guys involved in product development.
Yeah,
right?
Alex G's here in the
Bring
house.
him in.
Yeah.
Hey, Alex.
Hey guys.
How you doing?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Great.
Good,
Thanks for
good,
joining
good.
us. Appreciate the both of you staying up late. I guess it's not too late for some rockers to be up that late. So
Hey, it's bedtime.
this is
I'm
just
ready
like
to
normal
go.
daytime for you guys.
We're just getting the gig started. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Alex, why don't you just give us a little bit about who you are and kind of your role in Blackstar?
Yeah, so I do product development over there. So all the new kind of ideas of products and amps to kind of design and build, and I do a lot of the voicing. So along with Ian, the technical director, kind of making the amps sound the way they do. So that's my job. Pretty fun.
It's awesome. That's like the dream job. Like
It is. It
just
really is.
deciding how all amps are going to sound. I'm sure we're going to have some cool questions for you. So guys, if you are interested in asking these two like superheroes from Blackstar some questions, drop them in the comments. We got our guys behind the scenes. We'll capture some of these questions and we'll probably stack them up at the end of the stream. So you know what? We got so many giveaways. I think we should probably give one away right now.
Yeah.
So guys, tag your friends right now. We'll get those submissions in. We're going to watch a quick little video that Blackstar has that kind of gives us a rundown of what's going on with Blackstar. And then right after that video, we'll pick a winner for our first giveaway.
So currently using the Artisan 100. This is my main workhorse for when I'm touring. It's one of the main amps that I use when I'm recording. It's been great. I've been using these for about 4 years now. And the Artisan is really good. It's a very simple 2-volume bass, mid, treble, the 4 voicings, and the presence. It's very, very straightforward amp. I'm not a big fan of amps that have a lot of extra accessories and extra controls. Pretty much if you can't get it done with volume and 3 EQs, you should maybe not play guitar.
The first time I plugged into like an Artist or like the Series 1s, I was like, oh my God, I don't need anything with this. I can just play. And what I love about them too is being on the road, they're dependable. I've never had one fail on me on the road. And that is saying a lot because, last year we did over 200 shows on the same amp. And it comes down to, it's reliable. I always know it's gonna sound good when I plug it in, and it's inspiring to play.
The reason for the switch to Blackstar was the quality of the sound of the amp, the tone of the amp. I remember we were in LA recording with Ozzy, the Scream album, some 7 years ago, and I kept hearing the hype about this new amp company called Blackstar, and I said, well, if the guys can get us an amp down in the studio, and we'll try it out and give you feedback. And it went from that to basically ending up recording all the rhythm parts on that album with a Series 1 200 watt head.
Around 13 years ago, I had a little studio room in Birmingham, and they came to visit me with, I think it was the prototype of the Artisan 30, and it just made me want to change in that instant, really. Blackstar amps are perfect for my sort of music because they're just great British valve amps. They're just very simple, it's a great design, and they sound great, obviously. Yeah.
The roster is amazing, and what strikes me most is just like the breadth of how many genres of music and artists that you guys have under your roster already, being such a new brand.
Yeah,
it applies for all of them.
Yeah, it's crazy. There's so many artists that have come and gone as well. You know what guitar guys are like. Guitar guys and girls, they come and go. They try new gear, but the fact that they use Blackstar for a tour or an album, or some of my heroes, like people like Neil Schon and Richie Sambora, have used Blackstar, and we're such a young brand. Like I said earlier, that we don't have that classic poster of Mr. Hendrix or Angus Young or Tony Iommi or whoever the classic guitar player is, using our gear. So we have to bring something really exciting to the table. And often with Blackstar amps, there's a lot more that's going on than you realize. A lot of the products we've built over recent years have been so handy during the lockdown globally. USB recording products, things like that. So loads of innovation. The team is super passionate. It's a great company to work for. Yeah.
Yeah, and what strikes me, kind of, we mentioned it last week on our stream, also, Pete, was that the music industry is not an industry that always welcomes innovation. I mean, we are an industry that loves looking backwards, that loves looking to vintage gear, and how can we make a Marshall stack the same but new? That's so many products that come out. So it really takes guts to innovate and create something different and new and be a new brand and receive that level of notoriety and acceptance from the community is astonishing. I mean, you see a lot of new products come out and they just fall on deaf ears because they're like, it's not that amp I wanted. It's not the same thing that guy had back in the day. But Blackstar has kind of carved its own path and made a way into the world of amplifiers and pro amps.
Absolutely. I mean, the one of our most popular combos, valve combos, tube combos globally. I'll say tube because we're in the States right now. One of our popular ones is the Club 40, right? The HT Club 40. And we recently did the black and blue with the 6L6s in there in the Power Amp stage, which has been received really well globally. And I know you guys have really dug it. But the Club 40 for me, when I was back in retail, the version 1 was something I would take a customer to if they were maybe talking to me about a Hot Rod Deluxe or a DSL 40 or a good 40-watt valve tube amp that's going to do the gig and be cool for at home. The Club 40 was the one I would stick in the middle as a 3 choice, and it would almost be an amalgamation of great cleans and great overdrives. So it would often help the customer maybe think, oh, these guys are really onto something here, you know?
Yeah. Well, I think before we get too deep into gear and like diving down this rabbit hole, I think we should pick our first winner. So guys behind the scenes, without further ado, we're going to give away a Fly 3 right now. So we're going to give away one of those cool little, that's it right there. And you know, we love these so much. We had a run done that has the Maryland flag emblazoned on the front of it. We still got some of those left, limited edition Maryland flag Fly 3s. You can check them out on our website. But without further ado, let's give one away, guys. Who's the winner? Dave Mann. Congratulations, Dave Mann. You know where to reach us. Congratulations. Yeah. Bravo. Dave,
well done,
hit us up on Instagram or Facebook, or email us at live@chucklevins.com, or just come on in. You know where you're at. We'll get you that Fly 3. It'll be great.
Let's talk about the Fly, Adam.
Let's go into it.
Yeah, let me do a quick rundown. But I mean, the first thing to realize is before the Fly 3 came out, you know, there was no Katana Mini. There was no sort of small laney product. But what we did have was small amplifiers from brands that were kind of considered a bit more of an impulse purchase, maybe, and a bit more of a toy. You know, they look great in the office on the desk, but did they sound like a real amp? Maybe not. So Blackstar's aim with the Fly 3 was to bring out something that was small, discreet, but actually really sounded like an amplifier. Now, of course, we're on StreamYard at the moment, so the audio might start to compress slightly, but I'll give you a quick example of that. It's got a built-in clean, overdrive, it's got a tape echo delay, it's got an MP3 line in, so you can jam to your tracks. It's got an emulated headphone output as well. It works off 6 AA batteries. And you can actually link it to an extension cab, which converts it to 6 watts instead of 3. And you can use it for your PC speakers. I mean, it's quite astonishing, really. And some of the notable artists out there that I've seen on social media using the Fly 3 are Joe Perry, Phil X, Joe Bonamassa. So, and those guys have just gone out there and dug in and own one, you know? So. Yeah. Says a lot.
Yeah, totally.
Let's check it out. You guys getting that audio okay?
Yeah.
So that's our maxed out gain tone. Let's go for a cleaner tone as well, see what that can do. You can back the gain off and get it really clean. We've got our tape echo delay as well. And there's a really cool thing you can do with the delay on this. If you keep the time short, you can almost recreate a slapback delay, almost recreating a room reverb, if you like. So I've got the time around about 9 o'clock. I'm going to crank up the level. Hopefully you can hear that ambience added. That's going to work well for your sort of country stuff. Kind of your Brad Paisley thing. Or I can open things up a little bit with the time, get some nice ambience, you know. And on the overdrive with our sort of nice rock lead tones. There you go.
All in the palm of your hand.
All in the palm of your hand, yeah. I'll give you guys a close-up so the audience can see exactly what's going on. Hopefully that's coming across there. So you've got your input, you've got your gain stage, your volume, your OD switch. It's got Blackstar's proprietary patented infinite shape feature for your EQ and your tape echo delay. So they're awesome. They sound great, and there's a lot of artists out there that use them on the road. You know.
Yeah, it's a great little thing.
Yeah,
love them.
So well done, Dave.
Yeah, congratulations, Dave. So let's keep it going. Keep it going. Let's hope they don't turn all the lights off on us.
So I think something else to talk about. We can't really plug it in right now because we don't have the facility to do so. But more recently, we have these products, which are our Amplug 2 Fly, which I'm sure you will sort of instantly recognize that, you know, the fantastic brand that is Vox brought those out many years ago now. Again, you know, we work very closely with Korg USA, and Vox are a family friend, if you like. So we sent some of our guys to Japan to talk about the possibility of doing a Blackstar in our own way. And I'll let Alex maybe come into the clip and sort of explain the beginning of the life of the Amplug, if that's okay, Alex. I think your mic's
Can't hear you, Alex.
There you go.
There it is. It's live. It's live. You know, it happens.
It's all live. Yeah. Yeah.
So we really love the sound of the Vox Amplug 2s. Obviously, they're brilliant things. But what we wanted to do is kind of capture the Fly kind of sounds in there, the Blackstar sounds in there, and have 3 different channels. So there's a clean sound, there's a crunch sound, there's a OD sound, and by the end of the development, it was just ridiculous. Every time we plugged it in, it was like, this sound is coming from that thing. It's amazing. So, and it's got how many effects has it got, Steve?
It's got 9 effects. Yeah,
9 effects. Sorry, 9.
9 effects in there, man. It's crazy.
It's wild.
So, like Alex said, you know, the Vox ones are fantastic, but you can get one for clean, one for AC30. One for crunch, one for metal, and so on. This kind of does everything in one box. If I just turn it on, you will notice, hopefully you'll notice that the LED is green. That's my clean tone. The next one along is orange, which is my crunch. And then finally red, which is real high gain. Now there are three types of reverb, 3 types of chorus, and 3 types of delay in here as well. So you can choose your favorite one, and every time you plug it in, they'll always be there. It's got ISF on there as well, so you can shape your tone from tighter focus mid American style tones and then more open woollier British sounds as well. So that's your EQ on there with a gain and a volume as well, all in one box. So these are fantastic. More recently, during the lockdown, I decided to experiment a little bit with my Amplug. So I actually put it at the end of my pedal chain. I've got a fairly large pedal board with loads of pedals on it, and I put it at the end of my pedal chain on a clean tone, American clean tone. So I was going for more of a Fender feel, and all my pedals were going straight into this. And then I took a 3.5 mil stereo cable out into my mixer, and the sound was just unbelievable. So
that's wild. I never thought about plugging it into your pedal board. That's a whole new world for me. That just rocked my world. That's worth the price of admission right there.
Yeah,
I never thought about that.
So I sort of carry it around as a backup amp, basically. So if I have a tube go at a show or anything like that, I've always got this in my case or my gig bag that I can take straight into a DI box, basically, and it's my clean amp.
It's wild.
With essentially a cab sim in there, you know. So
great, and we're giving away one of those too today, aren't we? Two of those. I think you've got a bass one as well. So this is the bass version. It looks kind of the same. It says bass on it to distinguish the difference. And the difference on here is that there are 3 channels. We've got a classic bass tone, a modern bass tone, then an overdriven bass tone. So in very simple terms, you've got John Deacon, Flea, and Lemmy basically in a box. Crazy.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, and you've also got 6 drum beats in here as well.
What don't you have in there?
Yeah, so I mean, we just felt, I mean, Alex will back me up on this, but we just felt for bass players, you know, a guitarist can sit there shredding and jamming to their heart's content without any rhythmic introduction. But for bass players that are practicing at home without bothering anyone else in the family or the apartment or the house, or just while traveling or backstage, anything like that, to have some drum patterns in there. There's about 6 patterns, I believe. And there's also a tap tempo, including a metronome. So if you just want a standard click where you want to practice some grooves, it's all in there. And I think you guys are doing a giveaway on the bass version as well, I believe.
Yeah, we'll give one of those away after we dive into some other stuff, because we got a lot to talk about. So I think we should keep on rolling.
Yeah.
Let's jump into some of the stuff you got behind you, the big stuff.
Cool. Okay. So we've got Silverline here.
Yeah.
This is my Silverline special that I keep at home, my Silverline special. It's a very different look for Blackstar, as you can see. These were launched at the NAMM show last year. This year, sorry. I think I lose time. Where are we? We're still on lockdown. So these are very, very new to the market, but they are digital, but they're a high-end digital. Blackstar, around about 2013, brought out a product called the ID Series, and the ID was super successful once people understood what you could get out of it. For me personally, it was one of the closest representations of a tube amp within a digital platform with speakers. The world of digital products, as you guys will know, is just amazing now. So much great product out there. But the ID Series was picked up on by a lot of players, including the likes of Phil Collin from Def Leppard, who's since become a very good friend of mine. And for somebody of that stature to realize the capabilities of a Blackstar digital amplifier that's fairly low cost was a big deal. You can look back at some of the shows that Phil Collin did with John Petrucci and Joe Satriani, the G3 tour. And Phil was using an ID 100 that we custom built for him. Alex actually custom built that for him in sort of a special way when Alex lived in the States. I don't know if you want to come back on, Alex, and talk about your time with Phil while I'll set up some patches or get it actually turned on.
Yeah. That was really cool, dialing in the sounds with Phil and kind of seeing how he uses it. And basically, it's a standard ID 100 that we just added another power amp in. I wouldn't recommend actually looking inside those because I put them together. They're a bit a lot of screws and a hot glue, but they work. So, and it didn't fail on tour, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, you can see a really cool rendition of Stevie Wonder's Superstition on YouTube, where Phil's jamming with an ID Series and John's got his Boogie signature and Joe's got his signature Marshall, and it really stands up in a live environment. But anyway, we digress. The follow-on product is Silverline. The engineers had to go back right to the beginning and revoice, basically, using a very powerful Shark DSP chip, which you will find in the likes of Axe Effects and Kemper, products like that. I don't know if you want to talk about that, Alex, the design of Silverline.
Yeah, I think like you say, the DSP power in that is ridiculous. We to model the different valves that we've got in the response section, there's so much going on behind the scenes, but for any guitarist just to walk up to the amp and set their voice to anywhere from a couple of clean channels to mega distortion, and then just pick their valve type. It's almost like those two controls, you can get almost any sound with the EQ flat, and then just kind of tweak away from there. But it's so versatile and so much stuff going on inside in the really powerful Shark that we've got.
I think we might have lost Alex there for a second.
I think we're all here.
Oh.
We're all good. Or not.
You good?
We're good. We're good. Did we lose Steve? Steve there? Steve's frozen. We're going with now he's back.
There we go.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty remarkable you guys coming from like being like a true Valve brand. I mean, that's all you guys did.
Sorry guys, if you can still see me, I've got a little bit of a...
Can you hear us, Steve?
I'm not getting any
Uh-oh. We'll dip him out for a minute while he figures his internet, probably internet connection. Maybe it's too late there. But yeah, I mean, you guys came as being like a true Valve, a Valve brand. I mean, that's all you guys did when you started, and so you guys know that stuff inside out. And I'm hard pressed to think of another brand that is known for being a tube brand that has gone so far in the digital realm and really made something that's responded that well. Pete's shaking his head like, no way, there isn't.
Yeah, no, there isn't.
That's why it sounds so good.
Yeah. So like, how did you guys come to be from, coming from the Valve world and diving so hard into this, really high end digital world? I mean, this isn't just like your normal modeling amp. I mean, this is really top level stuff. Yeah.
And I think that's the key thing. It's the same guys that designed the Valve products that did all the fundamental maths and the problem solving and the algorithms for the digital stuff. So it's the same guy that made the Artisan and the same group of people that voiced the HT pedals and the Series 1 stuff that developed all the algorithms for the original ID series that we never stopped working on them. And then with kind of 8 years later, I think we've got the Silverline. So it's all the same technology, but it's really important to have that fundamental knowledge of how valves work, to be able to actually model things like that properly.
Yeah, no, I mean, looking from as an outsider looking in, I mean, it's a whole different spin to be Valve guys designing for digital instead of digital guys trying to model every possible amp you can and coming up with an algorithm. You guys are coming from the world of tubes and then spinning it up into the digital realm, which is unique. It's just a different approach than I think a lot of other companies take that start digital and try and figure the tube world out, because the whole thing with the tube world is that it's not perfect. It's got a feel and it's got a different vibe to it, and that's what makes it special.
Exactly. I think one of the great things about the Silverline is the feel of it.
Yeah.
And a lot of digital products, you plug it in and there's something about it that's just not quite right. It's not the way that you want to feel when you plug into an amp. It's not that. And that was the thing that me and the team at Blackstar, we spent so long, hours and hours and months and months, just to get that kind of, does this feel like a valve amp? And we did so many blind tests between Artisan, Series 1s, competitor stuff, Fox vendors, stuff like that. Even up old Marshalls, and as long as it feels right, then that's the first stage, and then you can go from there.
Yeah, that's usually where the conversation stops. Is like, you say modeling, and they're like, that's not gonna feel right. Like I'm not gonna connect with that, And we deal a lot with the tube hounds in here. He can speak for himself, but like that's our people, that's our world. And usually the modeling stuff is kind of like, that's cool. It's cool for a certain person, but not for me. And this represents a different thing. And I think that we, now that we got Steve back and he can rip some stuff on it. I think we have a video to drop before we hear some playing. Steve, what are we going to see in this video?
So this is a video that Alex actually shot at Blackstar HQ, I believe. Just a couple of samples of tones, just so the guys get a good audio experience, because obviously, like we talked about earlier, StreamYard can sometimes compress the tone. So let's put those videos up, and I'll dial in a few tones after that. Cool. So I'm back in the room. Sorry, I left. But I've saved like 4 presets on here. The first well, 5 actually. The first preset I've got, I like to play around with a lot of atmospheric ethereal tones. And these days, with such amazing products out there from the likes of Strymon and all these great MXR products that have like really wonderful reverbs and stuff, I just thought I'd show you what the capabilities of the effects are. I've got a fairly adventurous reverb and delay on there with a brief chorus, but check this out, man. It's hopefully it's going to come across okay. There we go. It's pretty spectacular sort of effects that you can dial in with the Silverline. And like we were talking about earlier, people are more embracing products like Helix and stuff like that, and realizing that digital has gone up a notch. So let's go to my first bank. I've stored 4 presets in the first bank. These are MIDI as well, so you can use these in that sense. But there is a foot switch that you can purchase as well, a basic foot switch called the FS10. But my first tone, I went for a basic 6L6 clean warm with a beautiful spring reverb. So I'm going for a more of an American tone. So my ISF is all the way anti-clockwise to the US side. So this is my profile, if you like, of a beautiful Fender tone. So again, we've got the volume quite low so it doesn't compress in the StreamYard stream. My next, basically, I've added some effects to that as well. So what's cool about Silverline is the fact that you can predetermine what effects you would like for that tone. So for this particularly, on a US clean warm, I've added a tremolo. I've also added a slapback delay to get a real nice sort of traditional feel. If I go over to my second preset, I've gone for a British EL84 clean bright with the gain cranked, so it gives me a real nice interpretation of a boutique sort of 60s British clean. So it's really nice if I dig in, but if I pick lightly, in fact, I've added a chorus there just for that tone. So imagine that Keith Scott sort of Bryan Adams-esque. For the delay, I've added a nice sort of ping pong delay to get that edge thing going. Think about Vox AC30s, the early U2 stuff. So I just dialed these in before we started the stream tonight. Preset number 3, I've gone for EL34 British, a room reverb to recreate those classic studio tones. Think about sort of early 70s British. Beautiful sort of sound. And then over to preset number 4, I've gone for a more high gain thing, if you like. So I've gone American 6L6 high gain, overdrive voice 1. With a nice delay in there, so it's a shreddy sort of high gain thing. And that's just a few examples that I dialed in just before we went live, just to get the point across. But I often use the word profile when I demonstrate Silverline, because it's literally about understanding the history of tube amps, or specifically what somebody that you aspire to or one of your heroes played, you know.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So we got a great question from the audience that I think might, tell people a little bit of how we got to Silverline, from James. With the additional processing power and Celestion speaker, how does the Silverline differ mostly from original TVP amps? He has a 60.
He has a 60. So the 60 was one of my favorites at the time, actually. They're a great amp. I would say it's lighter physically. And there's just something about it, with tone, it's very hard to put into words sometimes. There's just something about the Silverline that just has that edge, that smoothness. It's a very close representation of tube, and the TVPs were fantastic. But it was time for us to go back to the drawing board, and Alex and the team to refigure how we could improve this platform. And it's our flagship digital product, and Blackstar, in the beginning of its lifetime, were well known for our tube products, and we came along with things like ID Core, TVP, right through to Fly, and the new debuts and Silverline, and we've really made our footprint on the world, in the digital world, for that reason.
Yeah.
The only thing that I would say to your guy watching, forgive me, what was his name again?
That was James.
James. Hi, James. One thing I would say, James, is maybe head down to the store and just do an AB. Maybe bring in your TVP product and do an AB, so you can get more of an idea, and you'll be able to feel it. Sometimes it's hard to feel and put it into words, but it is really different. So
yeah. And while we're taking a little break here, I want to just give a shout out to a bunch of people that are watching. We got Ollie, James, Henry, Tyler. Thanks for coming back, Tyler. John, Robert, Ari, you're always around. Love it. Henry Hudson, Miles. Guys, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it. We got a lot of great giveaways still. So if you're still tuned in, we got 3 more giveaways. I think we should probably give away one right now. I think it's time. We give away an amp plug. Let's give away that lead one. So guys, if you're still watching, guys and girls, people out there in the world, musicians of the world, tag a friend, tag a guitar player, tag a bass player. We got cool stuff. We're giving it away for free. Blackstar has hooked us up. We're giving away one more Fly 3 practice amp, and we're giving away like we just saw, the incredibly powerful amp plugs by Blackstar. So I think right now, let's pick. You know what? I'm just gonna skip all the stuff. James had a great question. James gets an amp plug. Boom. James, congratulations. Great question. That's to the rest of you. Everyone else, ask good questions. Maybe you win some stuff. It's that simple. It doesn't need to be complicated. Just ask us awesome questions. So James, hit us up on Instagram, hit us up on Facebook, or email us at live@chucklevins.com, and we'll get you that amp plug. So that's a giveaway. It's free gear. It's cool stuff. Making more music.
Congratulations, James. Yeah.
Well, let's keep it going.
Cool.
We've gone into Silverline. What else you got cooking?
So today we launched the debut amps. These are entry-level practice products, but they're suitable for anybody who's sort of into amps as well. Just if you want something to practice at home with. I'll give you a quick taster of these. I did a launch today on the Blackstar social media side of things, but it's they're actually stereo. They look really beautiful. They've got a lovely cream Tolex with a wine red sort of Artisan fret that's synonymous with Artisan for Blackstar. They've got a single EQ. They've got a delay in there as well. So it's kind of like a Fly, but a bigger version, really, I guess. There's 2 speakers. There's a 15-watt version as well, which is just behind here, slightly bigger. But they are really small. You can kind of see. The one thing that's super cool about this product that I picked up on is that when I first had my first amp, when I started playing guitar, it kind of sounded really bad. These do sound amazing. They've got a built-in delay, which really opens up your palette of tone. But the one thing that's cool on here is the gain is a fixed, on the 10-watt version anyway, the gain is fixed. But what that for me says that it will teach people to actually start using, especially students, to start using their volume control. So hopefully you're hearing that there. That's just the gain stage. Whatever level I take it to, it's still the same gain stage. But what that does is if I want to get a bit more of a bluesy thing, I can back off my volume. You know, I can get that sort of I can pick it up with the volume on my guitar. I think that's kind of cool. The 15-watt version does have access to gain stage control, single tone and ISF, and having the delay in there as well. When you turn it all the way back, it's a slapback. When you turn it all the way up, it's like a nice open delay. So these were launched today, the debuts. So I'm sure you guys will be seeing those. But great for the practice amp market. Yeah.
Awesome. You're hearing it here first, guys. Debut.
Yeah.
The debut.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk about, so that's kind of the only gear I have plugged in right now, Adam. So we can talk about some other stuff verbally if that's cool.
Yeah, yeah.
So I just put the guitar down for a second. So one of the cool products that we released recently, and part of the world of HT that Blackstar have, we've done a really cool version of the HT5 Mark II in a grey Bronco. These are typically black with Tolex, but that's a beautiful product right there. I received this about a week ago to do the launch for this particular color special. But one of the cool things that not many people realize about Blackstar is the fact that although it looks like a kind of a traditional head, there's a lot going on, really. Some of the key features on here is, of course, it's got clean, it's got scream on there. It's got a power reduction, almost like a built-in attenuator, which takes it down to 0.5 watt. This is typically 5 watts. The 20 watt will take you down to 2 watts. The 60 watt HT will take you down to 6 watts, so that they all have that reduction down to 10% of the power value. So that's ideal for home playing, for some studio stuff. But one of the cool things about Blackstar is you don't need a load to run the amps or the products. So if you've got a combo, a valve combo, a HT valve combo, maybe it's the new black and blue that we did, 6L6, you can turn the standby off and the speaker is muted, but everything else is running, i.e. the DI out, the USB out, the headphone out, all that good stuff. And it's the same with this product. You can actually take this, believe it or not, you can take this 5 watt head, tube head, straight to your mobile device, which is crazy. If you've got the right cable, USB cable, you can take it straight to your phone, and you could do a live stream. You could record some stuff straight to your video and sync it together simultaneously. There's a built-in reverb in there, which is all good stuff. There's two, with our new HT range completely throughout, there's foot switchable voices now. The Mark I didn't have that. So you've now got access to clean, warm, boutique clean at the touch of a foot switch, and crunch and super crunch, if you want to call it that, on the ODs. So on the back here, we've got some really cool stuff going on. I'll try and get it a bit closer to the screen. You can hopefully see we've got USB over that side. We've got our effects loop in there. We've got our DI out. There's 2 responses on the DI out. You can either take it with a jack, 1/4 inch, or an XLR. There's a closed back 4x12 response, or a open back 1x12 response, which is kind of cool. We've got our speaker output options, typical 8, 16 ohm. You could link this to 2 4x12s if you wanted to. I'll send and return, and MP3 in. There's even a key lock, which will allow you to lock up your amplifier product if you were ever at a show and you've done a sound check and you need to leave it and go and grab a sandwich or something. You'll be safe in the knowledge that you can actually lock this product down, which is kind of cool. But the USB feature, this end, is quite astonishing, really. You can record straight to your phone, straight to your door. It's killer, and that's throughout the range of the HT products. Yeah,
it's wild.
Yeah.
We got a great question from my guy Curtis Weaver, who just got home a sick guitar. Hope it's working out for you, Curtis. Curtis is asking. He has a Blackstar 12-inch 50-watt cab. What kind of heads do you guys have available for that sort of cabinet?
So he's got a single 12-inch. I would say, depending on the power, anything from 5 will work. You could go for a 5-watt head, something like this in the standard finish or the grey Bronco limited run. You could go for a 20-watt head. Maybe it might be something to look at. 20 watts is my personal favorite currently. I've been gigging in the UK doing a bunch of festivals last year with the HT20. It's a wonderful, wonderful product. Obviously, our good friend Jared James Nichols is using his own version of that, the 20-watt, and the tones he's getting out of it are killer. If you follow Jared James Nichols' social media, you'll see that, you know, even without a pick, he makes that thing sing. It sounds amazing. The HT20 is a great thing to look at. We do a head version, or if you want a bit more power and your cab could take it, something like a 50-watt HT Venue head. They're killer as well.
And another question we got from Tyler Jackson. Is the FX loop on there parallel or serial?
Alex would be a good one to answer that, if he's still with us.
Bringing the brain.
Bringing the brains.
Bringing the brain. It's a standard effects loop, so it's basically a preamp out and a power amp input. So it breaks the chain.
Cool.
Yeah.
And so you mentioned Jared James Nichols, and we had him here for an event last year with the help of Blackstar and Epiphone.
Yeah.
It was awesome. So what's and actually Henry Hedson just he has a good question we'll get to next, but I wanted to ask what the difference was between, you know, Jared's amp and the ones that you were just showing.
Well, I know that Jared, we've just done a combo with Jared as well, haven't we? Which is in the green Tolex. But I know that he's got a different speaker configuration in his 212, in his upright 212. The new stuff that we've done for HT5 to 20, the cabinets that you can get are really cool because you can have them closed back or open back, which is insane if you prefer a certain way. I know I generally prefer an open back, but it's great to have that option. It's heavily, there's a panel that's heavily Velcroed in. It's the same on Jared's 212, but he's got a different speaker configuration. Again, Alex might be more aware of what speakers are in there. Just to clarify.
Yeah, so he's got a G12T, I think. Selection,
yeah.
Two selections, V12T and what's the other one? Is it a V-type, isn't it?
It's a V-type, I think. Yeah. I wasn't sure of the G, but he spent
great combination. It's nice to mix a couple of speakers in one cab. So, and
of course he's got his Blues Power channel, which is tweaked for him slightly. But that both heads sound fantastic to me. But Jared's a great guy to have on board as a Blackstar endorsee. So
yeah, we got another question about another dude's amp from Henry. Can you talk about what amp James Williamson uses?
Yeah, I think James Williamson uses Artisan, I believe. Yeah, I think it's an Artisan 100, I believe, which is kind of like a Plexi. So very basic kind of plug in, crank up, and away you go. I think initially when the video was playing, the introduction to Blackstar, it's a very similar amp to what Bob Mould would use. Tone, EQ, gain input, master volume, no reverb, hand wired. Just, I mean, the Artisan, sometimes when I'm at Blackstar's head office in the UK, in Northampton, I often have to just plug into an Artisan to remind myself of the pure, just beautiful hand wired tone, and that was the first product that Blackstar came out with, and they're amazing. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure he uses Artisan. Yeah,
it's great stuff. Pete, you got any questions? Got anything for me, for them, for Blackstar? Let's see if we got any more questions from the audience while Pete's chiming in on anything.
Yeah, I'm learning so much stuff. This is awesome hearing Steve talk about this stuff. And going back, one guy asked about what the difference is with the new Silverline amps, and I think Alex said it too. You guys both said it. How you guys nailed down the response that you get from traditional tube amp or a valve amp, would you like to say?
Yeah.
It's incredible, the way that those amps can emulate that, that response and that feel, which as guitar players, we all like. Most guys like the response you get from a traditional tube amp with the dynamics and the feel of it. And the way that Silverlines replicate that is astounding. If you A/B them back to back, you can't tell the difference.
Thank you, Pete. That means a lot, man. Appreciate it.
That's it. I mean, that's the true sign. If you can take a tube amp guy like Pete and convince him that Silverline's awesome, what else do you need?
Yeah, I mean, for Blackstar, it's all about keeping people playing, keeping people inspired, bringing innovation to market, like we talked about in the beginning of the stream. It's really important for the guys to get that point across. They're so passionate, they really are. And Silverline is just, I would recommend anybody that hasn't tried it, just give it a shot. If you are a tube, if you do prefer tube amps, that's great. Personally, so do I. I love the feel of a tube amp. I love the reaction on stage, the way it feels to me, the air that's pushing out of that speaker. But Silverline is super close, and of course you've got all the added benefit of the programmability, the effects, the MIDI options as well. It opens up a whole new world. So for people that are embracing digital product, it's definitely worth trying.
Awesome. And to go from being so valve to being so digital and merging the two in heaven, I think just shows kind of the history and trajectory that Blackstar's been on and will continue to go. And it's awesome to guys see you coming out with such fun and interesting new products as the years go, and they just keep getting better.
Yeah, it's cool, man. There's loads of amazing stuff coming as well. We that classic Billy Ocean song, I think, is it when the going gets tough, the tough get going. Mm-hmm. That springs to mind recently. Since the lockdown in the UK, the Blackstar team have just gone up so many notches, marketing, structured meetings every day, me live streaming globally. I mean, I've done live streams in the States, I've done live streams in Australia, Indonesia, all over the UK. Like, I'm literally, my living room, my couch is out the way. My living room is a studio. We're working so hard, and lockdown is easing a little bit in the UK. So stores are sort of reopening slowly, but we're still keeping up that momentum. We're really proud of what we've achieved over the last 2 or 3 months. So
awesome.
Hey, also real quick, I was showing someone the Jared James Nichols, the stack the other day. And the guy loved the amp. He was like, man, I wish they would do a combo version of this. So there you go.
You guys are on it,
Yeah. The combo version for the JJN came out alongside Silverline at NAMM, actually. So they are available. But the standard HT20 is out there as well. I've got one in my spare room just at the back there. It's a fantastic product. What surprises me the most about that, I mean, the style of music I play is kind of a fusion of rock, Americana, and country. So I don't really go to the high gain area too much with my band. So the clean stuff on those amps, on the new HT40, the 20s, the even down to the HT1. The cleans you can get out of this thing is unbelievable, man. There's so much, the word we like to use, there's so much headroom. If you put a telly or a Strat through the JJN on the clean, it's just, it's amazing. Yeah.
The real deal. Well, this has been awesome. I think I certainly learned a lot, and not knowing enough. Pete learned a ton. I think we rocked some people's worlds out there. And probably kept your neighbors up pretty late, so we'll respect them, and we'll call it a night for you and a day for us, I guess.
In fact, Adam, could I just mention one more product?
Yeah,
Adam,
do one more thing, and then we'll give away our last 2 giveaways.
Cool. I just wanted to talk about this because I think it's really valid right now, and really super important. Blackstar launched an amplifier recently called the HT Series. and it's an acoustic amplifier. Now, we're stepping into the world of acoustic players now. If there are any acoustic players out there that do singer-songwriter stuff, do small bars, cafes, open mics, anything like that, this is something that you need to look at. I'll grab one for you. We do it in two wattages. We do it in 60 watt, which is this one, and we do it in 120 watt. Now, the features, I won't go into too much detail, but there is so much low end in this. It's unbelievable. It's got a bass port. There's a high pass filter control. There's a brilliance control. It was designed in conjunction with a UK guitar player called John Gomm, who's an astonishingly good acoustic guitar player, singer-songwriter. The reverbs are beautiful, but one of the key things about this product that I've found super useful during the lockdown and during this time where the bars are closed, the venues are closed, is the fact that you can plug a USB cable into this and connect it straight to your phone, and you can live stream, and the audio from your amplifier, including all the lush reverbs, all the EQ, all the tone, your microphone, including your guitar, will go straight to your mobile device and stream with it, which is astonishing.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, solving that problem has been one of like the main conversations we have every day, is like, how can I get my guitar sound to sound good in a stream?
Yeah.
And the answer is, you know, we've heard it today. I mean, you sounded pretty decent enough, you know, just playing acoustically in the room, but the key is getting to go USB into your phone or your computer, and you're going to get that sound, that Blackstar sound in the stream.
Yeah, it's killer. So what you will need, I mean, for me, I use iOS, so I use a USB A to B cable, which you will recognize. And I purchased one of these online, which is a Lightning adapter.
Yep.
Now I got the one where it gives you the capability of charging simultaneously. So my USB connects into here quite easily. That goes into my phone. That goes into my Sonnet. And I can charge it, because sometimes I'll do a live stream that's about an hour, and my phone, I don't want my phone dying midstream. The fact that you can do that with Sonnet, and you can also pre-record a video. You can just set up your video, and you know what it's like, man, for people that are doing podcasts or doing YouTube demos, you usually have to record everything separately and then sync everything up with the visual. Everything is done for you with the Sonnet automatically. It's quite astonishing. So.
Awesome.
Yeah.
A killer solution. I mean, like not every amp can do that. And just to know that a Blackstar amp can literally plug straight into the phone is unique enough.
Yeah.
That it's a major problem solver. And I think, you know, it's going to be a solution that people are going to need to recognize for a good long while. You know, we're in this situation. The world is for a minute, and we'll be like this for a while. So learning about streaming and understanding how to do it right, it's going to be a skill we're all going to need.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Yeah, but without further ado, I think let's pick our last two winners. So, guys behind the scenes, who's going to win our last amp plug? Rich Twyman. Congratulations, Rich. Way to go. Way to be here. We appreciate you. Hit us up on Facebook, hit us up on Instagram, or email us at live@chucklevins.com. And guys, if you have messaged us on Facebook, don't mind the automated response. We'll catch it. We'll see you. We just leave that up when we're not actually manning it, so you don't just get ignored, but we'll catch it and we'll see you there. And let's give away that last Fly 3. Who we got? Curtis Weaver. Congrats, man. We'll get you that Fly 3 coming your way. Hit us up at the same channels, Instagram, Facebook, or live@chucklevins.com. One of those is coming your way. Steve, Alex, thank you guys so much for being here super late, staying up late, hanging out with us. You've earned that beer. Go ahead. Probably can't go out to a bar, but have one in your bedroom. We'll do the same when we get home. And we appreciate it, guys. We really appreciate you taking the time and you know, joining us from literally across the pond and you know, doing this with us. It's been awesome. Yeah,
thank you so much. Thanks for having us. I haven't seen Alex in 3 months either, so it's nice to see you too, dude.
I'm glad we could bring you guys together and like really make this happen. The brains together, US, UK, we got it all going on. This has been great.
Cool. Thanks, man.
And while we're still on the stream, we got like a couple more seconds. We're talking about the Korg family here. I think this one's just cool because I think it got announced today. The dark glass element. Bam. We got these in stock now. Super cool. Super new. Check it out. It's a wild headphone amp that does crazy amp emulations and stuff like that. So definitely worth checking out. It's hot and fresh from, you know, the same sort of brains that you got from Blackstar. Spectre's kind of on the same path. I mean, Dark Glass. Korg is involved in so many awesome brands. So guys, without further adu, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We appreciate you. Thanks for joining us, and we'll be back next week for another Chuck Levin's Live. Stay tuned for what's coming up, and we'll see you around. Thanks.